Hello there. Quick question. Have you ever read a blog or article that makes perfect sense and you don't have choice but to read it to the end? Like no fluffing, no cliche, just beautiful lines of words that make a perfect sense. Like when you read it, people call you, you won't answer until they tap you. In comparison, when you read some books, like some long WhatsApp messages, you just scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll. Sometimes you just skip the whole post, you are just tired. Do you know what this is called? It is called boring content. So there's a difference between boring content and interesting content, and I'm going to give you 3 tips of turning those 3 boring content into a very interesting one, and you will see people reading it as if their life depends on it. First one is a very good opening. Say something that shakes the atmosphere. Say something that people can relate to. You can start with a question. You can say, have you ever been into a relationship before? If you want to talk about relationship talk, or you can even state a fact or study or a research to put them in the mood. For example, you can say, do you know half of Nigerian women has come? Something like that. I'm not saying all of you has come, please. And or maybe you should talk to something relatable, like I said before. Maybe you want to talk about public speaking. Then you can ask your audience that while they were in secondary school, have they ever participated in debate before? Good morning, Mr. Chama, parallel of judges, blah blah blah. If you want to talk about copyright infringement, you can talk about people that are watching Game of Thrones without watching it at the cinema or processing the license to watch it. So there are some other things like that. Put them in the mood. That's a very good opening. When you have a very good opening, there's high probability that your audience will listen to the rest of your story or the rest of your content. The second tip of turning boring content to interesting content is be very specific and do not use big words or big grammar. See, let me tell you something. It's not about the big grammars you use because you want people to know you speak English. It's about how you can communicate. So if you want to talk to people, talk to them as though you are speaking to a primary 6 child or grade 5 kid. So when you speak to them like that, communication has taken place, and that's what matters. One of the tricks I use in writing a very perfect copy or a very perfect content with simple English is using 𝑰𝑵𝑚𝑬𝑹𝑬𝑺𝑻𝑰𝑵𝑛 editor. Just go to Google, search 𝑰𝑵𝑚𝑬𝑹𝑬𝑺𝑍𝑚 editor, and you can just paste your content there. It's going to tell you if it's too vulgar. The last but not the least is use power words and avoid excessive repetition. Excessive repetition makes your content very boring. And use power words. What do I mean by power words? Power words are words that we use instead of the regular word we use. We just find the synonyms to those words, a very actionable ones. For example, instead of saying the event was amazing, you can just say the event was magical. Instead of saying do you want to learn copywriting, you can just say, do you crave to master the art of copywriting? Look at that one. It sounds so nice. If you want to talk to your client, instead of saying I will increase your sale, just say I will skyrocket your sale. They can't hear that skyrocket. It sounds like a big blow. So those are power words. They turn those boring content and they turn into an interesting one. Any excessive word that is not needed in the content or the copy, remove them. I hope you have found this helpful. Thank you so much. Follow me on all socials at Olalika Mandela. Thank you very much.